Hey guys, this is gonna be a video too of Revelation. Um, the sixth trump. That's when the horses are released, and like I talked about in a couple of videos, the war horse doesn't go out, you guys. When all the cities move against Jerusalem at the end, see, there's horses, which were the scouts and measuring the temple in Zechariah. The chariots are the ones that carry the destruction, that go out. The red war chariot never goes out, just like it's been stopped throughout history. And that red nation is Esau, you guys. That's Russia. And it talks at the end, just like when Russia's coming, that Haman God in Armageddon. Okay, there's two battles. One's in Jerusalem, the other one it's talked about. But if you go back in history, you guys, and look how we came about getting Alaska, that's Russia's land, and it was all surveyed and everything, and Russia didn't find anything. The United States knew that there was stuff there, basically. And the story goes that they went and surveyed it. They said, "Hey, we'll buy this land for you and from you," and so they sold it for so many $100 million or whatever the price was. I'll have to check that out. I should have looked, but anyway, "Hey, we'll buy this land from you, Russia." They're like, "Okay, sure." And then it's like you buy the land from them, and then it's like, "Shh, we found all these resources," and then they're like, what?" And then they wanted the land back, so they made Russia looked like they were taking it back, but obviously, like, I think there's a little bit more to that story. So there's a valley over there, you guys, that they say is when the armies are moving and Jerusalem's encompassed, that Russia will be coming across there, um, or that end time one. But it talks about 80 to 120 pound hailstones coming down, and that's at the very end, you guys. That's right before Christ comes, and all this is happening. That's when Satan's in Jerusalem, and see, we got all these events, so you guys will know that I've been telling you the truth all this time. If you've been listening, if you've been in your spirit, you guys, because I've been pouring my heart out to you in truth, and I would never lie, like I have told you guys from the beginning, to try to trick somebody into something that's not true. That's just not my style, not what I do. From the time I was a child, I've been about giving people truth and not deceiving them, because nothing profits from it. There is no gain, and I swear that I want to see every one of you guys on the other side, because Satan knows he's destroyed. The angels know they're done. Their sentence is already passed, we read in Ezekiel 37. Sentence to die. Jude tells us this. They have no choice, because the only poke back, you guys, is to deceive us to the point to where we were worshiping the Antichrist, and that's the unpardonable sin. It's for you to worship Antichrist while he's here on earth and say that he's God. And while he's burning up in hell, he says, "Hey, yep, I got to take some of the souls down with me," because Satan doesn't care about you. Read about when the fallen angels were on earth. Read about when the flood came about, how they used Azazel as the scapegoat, and he's on the mountain screaming as the waters come in, and they took off and they bailed out. And then you read about a second influx coming back, and then you read about God sending his tribes out and wiping off these tribes. And then you look, and if you don't know what's going on in the Bible, because he sent Israel in there, he said, "Kill every man, woman, and child." Now, a child, if it was a baby, you could have brought it out and taught it the word, and brought it through. But these were the hybrid. This was what they were experimenting with way back in the beginning in the garden, you guys. This is what they were doing. They were trying to make human beings without being able to put a soul in them. Because what it takes to make a soul, or a seed, right, to make DNA, to create that, you need something that's hotter than anything found here on Earth. This is how far science has got. And need something that's colder than anything here on Earth, and that is God. And these fallen angels were made by God, by the Creator of all things. So they couldn't meet these conditions, so to speak, to create their own souls. So they were failed in their attempts over and over, and it did come out there was mutations, there's different types of DNA, but when it was finally refined out to a purity, that's what you see. And what's the seed that's in today's line, you guys can't tell what they are, and they've made it into every one of our races, you guys. And you can't tell what those seeds are, but all are children of God. And the people that are out there now that are from that seed in the garden, they're still children of God. They have a soul in them that came from heaven. The refined angelic flesh mix had a soul. See, their end result was they couldn't get around God. They had to hijack it. Okay, and these people aren't evil. They are just a result of what happened out of that garden. And seeing it's been intermixture like we talked about, and it's just it was against that the flesh of giants and what Satan was doing, you guys. There's a lot of stuff, and it's an awesome time when we got sights and signs, and God's told you, okay, and He's given us these 7 seals, like I talked about in the last one. Christ broke all 7 of them. He opened them. It talks about in Revelation, the angel came up, and he's like, oh no, there's no one worthy. That's why Christ knew He was going to come, or God as Son of Man. This angel says, there's no one worthy to open these seals. And another angel comes, and he says, don't worry. The Lion of the tribe of Judah, Yeshua, he's worthy, the Son of Man. So they start breaking these seals open. This is what you guys got today. This is what He gave you. He opened them up for the unveiling to make known. The seals are to have knowledge of each seal in your forehead, your brain. These are God's seals to you. Christ's death made Him worthy to break them, you guys. Okay, the 6th trump, we got Mark 13, Christ warns of the deception. Matthew 24, and He talks about people the elect delivered up to Satan while He's on earth. We got Christ worthy to open the seals, as in Revelation 5, Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, eyes to see, ears to hear, you guys. 5:6, 7 spirits of the holiness went out. That's God's spirits. And after Christ's death, God uses them to call us to truth, to the Word. It's the 7 is spiritual completeness. The 7 horns are the power. The 7 eyes are the election. The 7,000 are the ones that didn't bow to Satan in the first earth age. And well, absolutely not in this earth age. You read about in 5:8, 4 beasts, 24 elders, the 12 patriarchs, the 12 disciples, and that's the throne and the stuff that I've described in the other videos, and how God brought His judgment to earth. And that's what Ezekiel was seeing, God's throne. 5:9, Christ is worthy to reveal this to every person, to every tongue, to every nation, to all seals. Satan is the white horse. The bow is Toxan, that we find out in 6:2, guys, when we look these words up. It's not Christ's rainbow like we read about. The other verse here, it's fake fabric imitation. In Revelation 6:2, he's pretending to be Christ. And the number 1 seal and the number 6 seal is Antichrist is coming first. And I'm going to continue going through this, you guys, and I'll give you some more, and we'll go in depth. And I'm sorry I'm taking up a lot of time talking in between this. And I'd like to go straight through it, since I've got a lot to say. And I want to give you guys these dates on the prophecy, how Israel and Judah kept their calendars and how they did see what was coming. And I'll give you that, and we'll go through the math, but I want to go through these videos and bring this stuff out, so when I give you that, you'll know what's coming. You'll know to look for this stuff I'm telling you, and then you'll know that it's God's Word and not mine. I love you guys.